Hey guys, what's happening? Let's get right into the word this morning. Break up with bad habits. Psalm 1 verse 2. But his delight and desire are in the law of the Lord, and on his law, the precepts, the instructions, the teachings of God, he habitually meditates, ponders, and studies by day and by night. Habits are actions we do repeatedly, sometimes without even thinking about them, or even things we have done so often that they become our natural response to certain situations. I found 34 references last night in the Amplified Bible for the word habitually. That tells me that God expects us to form good habits. The psalmist David said the man who wants to prosper and succeed needs to habitually ponder and meditate on God's word by day and by night. And you can find this in Psalms 1 verse 2. This tells me that establishing habits necessary for success takes discipline and consistency, especially in our thought lives. With every discipline and consistency, we can break bad habits and new ones can be formed. It kind of brought me back to what happened yesterday. There was a man, and he must have a really bad habit of disrespecting people. So then he went onto my page on my Facebook and decided out of nowhere, while I'm reciting the rosary, that he should disrespect me. Reciting the rosary is praying for not only myself, my family, for you, and for anyone you need to go reach out to for prayer, but to bring everybody together in worship with the Lord our God. And this person decided to bring up something that was a sin, sexual intimacy, pornography, sexual lust. He wrote a comment on my page about, in Under the Rosary, about OnlyFans. And I thought to myself, this person probably does this all the time to people, especially women, because he was a male. So I thought, all right, this is some time in my life where I'm going to need to have to step down and act. This is about the will of acting. So I can stop this person in their behavior and make them recognize that it's their thoughts and their actions that got them to the place that they're in right now. Okay? So think about breaking a bad habit like you would break up with a bad boyfriend or a girlfriend. Interestingly enough, we could miss the boyfriend or girlfriend even though we knew we did the right thing in breaking up with them. We might feel lonely for a while and be tempted to go back to that person. But if we remain firm in our resolve, we'll eventually no longer miss that person and find someone else that provides a healthy relationship for us. In like manner, we may break up a bad habit and might miss it for a while, even being tempted to go back to the old ways. All right, now I'm going to use that guy as an example. He's probably tormented so many people that don't have the strength and the confidence to say, hey, you're being rude. You're being disrespectful. You're inflicting your own pain and insecurities onto other people. But instead, some people will ignore that message, delete it, or they'll go on throughout the entire day suffering from how that person made them feel. But he happened to do it to somebody like me, where his actions don't affect me at all. His actions don't bother me. And what I need to do in the will of God is to act and to let him know where he is wrong. So when he thinks about doing it again, he can then recognize that it's probably not a good idea and he's have to change that behavior, right? Yes. So this is the time to set your mind and keep it set in the new direction, because you don't want to remain in bondage to the old thing and miss the good thing, the new things that God has for you. God has a bright and positive future for that guy, Randy. But if he continues to display his behavior in sin and disrespect for others, he'll never reach his full potential, therefore never reaching the blessing, therefore never reaching heaven, therefore never reaching peace here on earth or after. Okay, so God has a new thing for everyone, and it all begins with our thoughts. What happened with Randy started from a thought that he had. What happened with me started with a thought that I had. And my thought process was not to hurt Randy, but was to let Randy know that his thought process was unbalanced and needed to be looked at. So I shined a light on it. Doing the right thing once or even a few times does not equal success, but habitually doing right will produce a life worth living. It may not be easy, but it'll be worth the effort. The person who never gives up always sees victory. Trust in Him. What good habits do you need to develop in your life? Trust God to help you break bad habits and form good ones. All right? Take care.